So you're a contractor, right? And chances are you've poured a good amount of money into Facebook ads. But what if I told you that that strategy, all by itself, isn't really building your business? What if it's actually one of the riskiest bets you can make? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dig into exactly why that is.
Man, this quote just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? This isn't just about getting a few leads this week. It's about whether your marketing is building a real, lasting asset for your company, or if it's just a quick fix. And trust me, that difference is absolutely everything.
So you really have to ask yourself this. Are the dollars you're spending today creating something you will actually own tomorrow? Or are you just paying rent on a platform that could jack up the price or even kick you out at any moment?
And that brings us to the core of the problem, what I like to call the Facebook trap. It's that feeling of being stuck on a hamster wheel, constantly paying for attention instead of earning and owning it. Let's break down what that trap really costs you.
Okay, just look at these numbers. They tell the whole story. Back in 2019, a lead might have cost you about $22. Fast forward to 2025, and that same lead is projected to cost $127. You're paying over 5 times more just to get the exact same result. That's not a growth plan, that's just running in place.
And then there's the trust factor, which is huge. A massive 91% of people trust what they find for themselves through a Google search. Now compare that to just 38% who trust a Facebook ad that pops up in their feed. You're paying a massive premium to reach an audience that's already way more skeptical of you from the get-go.
You see, this rented land is just fundamentally shaky ground. An algorithm update, you remember iOS 14.5, right? It can literally make your leads disappear overnight. You're trying to outbid huge national brands with bottomless pockets. And the worst part of all, the second you stop paying, it all vanishes. The leads, the traffic, everything. You're left with absolutely nothing to show for it. No rankings, no email list, zero long-term assets.
Okay, so that's the problem. Enough doom and gloom. What's the solution? Well, it's not about ditching ads completely. It's about building something smarter, something more resilient, an all-in-one marketing engine that you, and only you, actually own. This analogy is just perfect for the contracting world. You wouldn't build a house with just a framer, right? Of course not. You need the whole crew. The guys pouring the foundation, the electrician, the plumber. Your marketing is the exact same way. Facebook can be part of the team for sure, but it can't be the only part of the team if you want to build something that's going to last.
So here's what that crew looks like. Your website? That's your digital foundation, non-negotiable. SEO? Well, that's like building equity. Its value compounds over time. Spreading your paid ads across Google and YouTube? That's your insurance policy. And email marketing? Oh, that's your secret weapon. That's how you turn one job into 3, 4, or even 5 jobs down the road.
Now, all of this sounds great in theory, but does it actually work? Oh yeah, it absolutely does. Let's look at what happens when real contractors just like you make the switch from renting on Facebook to owning their entire marketing system. First up, Martinez Construction. Now get this. They kept their Facebook budget exactly the same. The only thing they changed was fixing their slow, clunky website. You know, that foundation we just talked about. The result? A 6-fold increase in leads. That is the incredible power of a system where every single part works together.
Next, let's talk about efficiency. I mean, who doesn't want to save money? Thompson Roofing was paying about $100 a lead. By adding SEO into their mix, they started getting organic leads from Google that drove their average cost down to just $70. That is real money right back in their pocket every single month.
And what about diversification? Elite Home Services was getting around 40 leads a month, all from Facebook. By taking that same budget and splitting it with Google Ads, they didn't just add a couple more leads, they nearly doubled their monthly flow to 75. That is the security you get when you don't have all your eggs in one basket.
But this right here, this might be the most important piece of proof I can show you. A client's Facebook ad account got suspended for 2 full weeks. For a Facebook-only business, that's a nightmare. It's game over. For them, it was barely a blip on the radar. Their other channels, their SEO, their Google ads, their email campaigns, they kept the phone ringing without a single moment of panic. That, my friends, is true business resilience.
You know, the best part is that this isn't some 5-year master plan. There is a clear, actionable path to build this engine for your own business, and you can start seeing a real, tangible difference in as little as 90 days.
Here it is. Here's the blueprint. The first 30 days are all about that foundation, fixing your website, getting your email marketing set up, and kicking off your SEO.
In the next month, you start to diversify with other ad platforms like Google. And in that final 30 days, you optimize. You use AI, you scale up what's working, and you turn it into a system. It's a step-by-step process to take back control.
So it all comes down to a really fundamental choice. Now that you've seen the risks of one path and the massive rewards of the other, you get to decide what kind of business you actually want to build.
I mean, the contrast here is just stark. The Facebook-only path means your costs are always rising, your results are unpredictable, and you are totally dependent on a platform you don't control. The integrated system, on the other hand, it leads to lower costs over time, steady, predictable growth, and you build real assets that create real independence. The difference couldn't be clearer.
And that's really the bottom line. You can't build an empire on lands you don't own. The real goal is to build your marketing on a foundation so solid it supports your growth for years and years to come. So the only question left is, are you going to keep paying rent, or are you ready to start building on bedrock?